Well, good evening, folks, or good morning, depending on, I guess it's up to you to download the show and listen to it at your own leisure, at either the morning time, nighttime, good what have you. It's another beautiful night here, or morning, you know?
Or afternoon.
And it could be shitty out, I don't know.
All right, and with that, we are into episode number 2. Just as a heads up, this is an entertainment comedy podcast, and in no means is intended as an educational one. So with that being said, if you're easily offended at comedy shows, movies, TV, or pretty much any form of entertainment, please don't listen. If you're incapable of occasionally hearing something that contradicts your views without outright instinctually getting offended, please do not listen. I'm heavily of the idea that everything and anything can and should be laughed at, as it takes away power from those ideas being able to harm you or affect you negatively. With that being said, welcome to the MERC Podcast, Episode 2, Electric Boogaloo. Now, we're going to be starting off with our Guess the News segment.
It's time for another edition of Guess the News.
I have to know more information. I shouldn't have read just this headline. From the headlines that I've read, this man is innocent. He is the victim.
Man, these guys don't know shit.
All right, Elon Musk made it to the news for tweeting a photo of the moon with the caption, "Occupy Mars." And kind of not his proudest moment, but I feel with a man as smart as him, he probably set that up. I mean, there's no way that he's not just trolling us.
I am too smart. I am too smart. S-M-R-T. I mean S-M-A-R-T.
And apparently there is going to be, there is rumors right now that it's actually ongoing. I've seen this myself. That X-Men's Dark Phoenix is already being pulled off of theaters less than a month from its release. That is not a good sign for that series, but what a shame. And it seems that there's always news about an asteroid always making its way to Earth and almost hitting us, but once again, we're still alive, unfortunately. And the Kemi Mutombo is going to be a spokesperson to deliver the message of Ebola. And every time I just hear anybody talking about Ebola, I always just think about the dead meme that is Knuckles.
The way is achieved through a path of enlightenment. Sing with me, my brother. Sing with me the song of my people.
And also, with that being said, we had OJ joining Twitter recently as well. And worth the follow, I guess? I mean, it seems everybody's following him right now.
Hey, Twitter world, this is yours truly. Now, coming soon to Twitter, you'll get to read all my thoughts and opinions on just about everything. Now, there's a lot of fake OJ accounts out there, so this one, at the real OJ32, is the only official one. So this should be a lot of fun. I got a little getting even to do. So God bless. Take care.
Did anybody catch that getting even part? Well, anyways, people aren't happy right now with him. I don't want to even say that OJ is polarizing. People just straight up don't like him, or they're just amused by him at times, maybe. Just if you like the fringe comedy stuff. But comedians always tend to shed light on these subjects, and Tim Dillon did just that with people's negative reaction to OJ joining Twitter.
If you don't think this country's a racist shithole, look at the reaction to a black athlete joining Twitter. O.J. Simpson's a fucking legend. And you people don't like that a black guy's got things to say? This guy's wife was murdered, probably by a racist who didn't like interracial marriage. He's Khloe Kardashian's father. She's the one we like, the fat one who's now thin but somehow still fat. She's fat where it counts in her personality. Thank you, OJ, for giving us one of them. I'm sorry, Nicole Brown Simpson, and I'm sorry, Ron Goldman, but being the victim of racism on Twitter is worse than getting stabbed 95 times in your Brentwood home. It just is. It's getting stabbed every minute of every day. Listen, I'm sorry, Nicole, but if you were here, I'd want you on Twitter, too, to tell your side of the story, which was that a racist cop murdered you because he did not like interracial dating. And if that's not your fucking story, then you better fucking think about the world we live in.
And we always have to take those things in wit comedy, in my opinion, as far as just people's reactions. Because why should we care about OJ at this point, unfortunately? Alabama made it to the news. As an Alabama man fed meth to a cage attack squirrel. I don't want to even read more past that. That's more than enough for me. The headline does it. Now, things that I've been looking out, right, that I've been looking out for, well, things that have been catching my attention, I guess I should say. Ian Edwards, great comedian, is going to be coming out with Ian Talks. This is going to be airing on Comedy Central, and it's going to be releasing on July 12th. If this happens to be released before then, definitely catch that. I've seen Ian live a few times. He's definitely one of those comedians that is just criminally underrated. Go listen to that guy's stuff. And being that I haven't talked about it before, I'm a fan and try to keep up with some comic books. And one that I would advise is Matt Fraction's run on Hawkeye, specifically Volume 1 through 4. I believe it's a great read, a great take on Hawkeye, as Clint Barton and Kate Bishop, the female Hawkeye, which I think we might be seeing her in the MCU probably sooner, considering how things are going right now. And another great series that I recommend everybody to jump into right now. While DC live-action movies aren't doing too good as far as just their overall appeal, their comic book series, Doomsday Clock, is just incredibly awesome that I wish somebody could adapt that to a movie and not destroy it in any way. Where you have the mashup of the characters from The Watchmen clashing into the universe of modern-day DC, and it is just tons of fun. Definitely recommend that. Now, I did notice something that was a bit odd as well. Keanu Reeves, who started the John Wick series at 50 years old, is becoming our generation's Charles Bronson. And if people don't remember that, I mean, Charles Bronson started Death Wish at the age of 53. Now, granted, the action is no comparison from either or, but I just hope that they don't turn John Wick into Death Wish number 27, because later on in the series it just starts to get watered down and it's pretty sad. But the first 3, pretty good movies. There's a bit of corny parts in there, but I just have to drop this.
People keep asking if I'm back, and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah.
I wish I was dead.
I hope we don't get that far into the John Wick series. But gaming news now. Apparently NBA 2K Games is unable to make money and is placing unskippable ads that is absolutely annoying players. Again, you have a company with a monopoly on this sport. Nobody else is making NBA games, and they are unable to capitalize and, quote, make enough money. Literally their own words. That is just absolutely stupid and poor management of a product. There's no way that they shouldn't be making money. All they have to do is just, instead of putting the money that they do every year for their yearly releases, just release a DLC pack for the new rosters and updated stats. That'll be enough to keep everybody happy, and people will buy that. Now, let's see here. Moving along with that, Judgment. Wow. If you're a fan of the Yakuza series or anything Japanese, check this game out. It's its take on a detective in just Japan, and it's just great. I mean, again, if you're a person that's obsessed with Japanese culture, you definitely want to play this. Definitely worth the buy. Go get it. Randy Pitchford is still a scumbag in gaming news as he's throwing his beef with the actor that voiced Claptrap. Wow, Claptrap. No edits, people. We're keeping that in. A person that he allegedly assaulted. David Eddings wanted to get paid for his voice acting roles a bit more, so the new talent has shunned them in the game for their upcoming release of Borderlands. And Wonderful 101 is hopefully coming to the Switch. Now, if you were a dummy like me and bought a Wii U, you were probably entertained by the Wonderful 101, a Platinum Series game where it's just over-the-top action on this game. And one of these games that I feel that nobody really played because nobody really had a Wii U. It's definitely one of those games that is going to be in one of my top 20, and just tons of fun for that as well. Let's see. Bayonetta 3, speaking of Platinum, is also in the works, so good on that. And we are moving on to wrestling news, mainly covering June 25th, 2019 episode of Raw. We start off the show with a promo from Seth Rollins and Becky talking about their victories at Stomping Grounds, only to be interrupted by Lacey and Corbin. And to cap off this exchange, we now have a match for Extreme Rules winner takes all in a mixed tag match between Corbin and Lacey taking on Becky and Rollins. Following that, we have the tag champs walk out from SmackDown and Raw, being then followed by the New Day and the Usos. It's going to be challengers versus champions in a elimination tag match. Solid tag match. I feel like in this situation, having someone with so much pull like Daniel Bryan gives the tag division some more opportunities to gain traction and get better and get more attention and get more main event spots. So kudos to Daniel Bryan for doing that. Let's see here. Eventually, we have this match ending with Daniel Bryan and Rowan getting eliminated by the New Day after some miscommunication. And let's see, Usos eventually capturing the final victory in this over the Revival. And let's see here, following the show, we had Miz with his guest R-Truth as the 24/7 champ for the time being, accompanied by Carmella and the now 48/7 title, as he referred to it. And goddamn, Drake Maverick can roll with the punches and give it his best to make anything truly work no matter what you give him. And that just goes to show that with charisma, no matter what your height or potential handicap you think you might have, you can get past it if you really pour yourself into it. Now, this ended up being a quick 10-second match between Truth and Drake, in which Truth just retained his title, then followed by a sea of competitors after the match. I think to myself, man, I miss seeing these guys in major or constant angles. They're all so much fun to watch. Just crossing my fingers that we can hopefully see a change with them in the near future. Now, we then follow this segment up with Roman Reigns versus Drew and Shane. And you know me, every time we have to talk about Shane, we have to bring this up. Now, this ended up leading to an announcement that Undertaker is going to be making his way to just rescue Roman. And moving forward, Strowman and Lashley are in a segment in the most classic of wrestling matches that we know, the tug of war. Lashley, however, not accompanied by Lio Rush this week. Strowman ends up pulling the victory. Lashley then attacks Strowman immediately, just as a heel does.
As is, of course, the tradition.
And the second moment of the night, in my opinion, we have AJ Styles in a backstage segment, seemingly interrupted by No Way Jose's conga line, accompanied by the Good Brothers. AJ chastises them, wanting Gallows and Anderson from Japan, as they get ready for the match against the Viking War Machine Raiders. No entrance from the Good Brothers in this. We get a Machine Gun Carl Anderson reference from Corey Graves, which, I mean, awesome if you're a diehard of that moment from Carl Anderson. Shame the Good Brothers didn't pull the victory on this one, but let's hope that with the second consecutive week we see the Good Brothers in, we hopefully see more of them in the future. Nikki Cross and Alexa are in a backstage segment, which continues with Naomi and Natty warning Nikki about Alexa. And this leads into my first and top moment of the night. Back to the ring, we have Mojo about to take on Heath Slater. R-Truth does the run-in. This leads to Heath picking up the win, hitting his finish, which, not a complaint or anything, I love it. I haven't seen Heath hit his finish in a while, and that thing is awesome. Truth then gets Heath and recaptures his title. Cedric Alexander does the lumbar check on Truth to win the title. EC3 gets a hold of Cedric and wins the title, followed by Truth with the help of Carmella to pin EC3 and retain his 24/7 title again, and they make a run out of the arena. Backstage segment with Ricochet, then cut to Kofi getting ready for his match against Sami Zayn. Kofi is in the ring now, ready for his match. A short interview interrupted by the nicest heel in the WWE, considering that he has a clinic in Syria. I mean, how can we honestly hate Sami Zayn? He's accompanied by KO for an impromptu KO show. Kofi then ends up in a match against Sami Zayn, in which he ends up getting a quick roll-up victory over him. Kevin Owens then challenges Kofi, in which Kofi ends up winning this one by countout. Kofi throws out Sami and then launches himself out of the ring. And let's see right here, he is then accosted by Samoa Joe, which is this of course is setting it up for his opponent at Extreme Rules. Now Naomi comes out ready for her match as Nikki Cross comes out accompanied by Alexa Bliss, and Naomi taking on Alexa ends up in the result of Alexa capturing the win on Naomi, and she tries to turn Nikki to the dark side by trying to get her to attack Naomi while she's being held. Now this match gets restarted as a tag match with Natty and Naomi versus Alexa and Nikki. Nikki provides an assist to help Alexa get the pin on Natty. Up next we have AJ versus Ricochet. In mid-match we have Anderson and Gallows coming out to ringside to accompany AJ. However, AJ requests for them to leave, which then still ends up resulting in AJ getting the win with the phenomenal forearm. We then move to SmackDown. Highlight of the show, we have R-Truth and Drake Maverick just stealing the show once again, showing that they can make anything work. A few out of 2 out of 3 falls matches are happening now, as this is their response to them not cutting in between the action in commercial breaks now. I'm fine with this. At least it's better than just missing out on the action, or if you're attending live, the action just tends to slow down whenever there's a commercial break. Moving on forward with the show, we have Ember Moon versus Sonya Deville. And good on Sonya for this one, getting the win, however, with the assist of Mandy Rose, of course. And we have not let Aleister Black gone into obscurity, but we have let him gone unused after the Ricochet split, at least. We get frequent promos from him now, showing us that he can definitely work the mic, but just asking for a setup for an opponent. After so many weeks, we have someone potentially answer his challenge as they are knocking on his door, on the imaginary door for the set that he's probably in, and we're left to see who this will be as it just fades to black. Now for the main event, we have Kofi versus Ziggler in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Kofi ends up getting the first fall, Dolph gets the second fall, Kofi gets the final victory. Dolph will not be attending Extreme Rules. And we are moving on to 205 Live. Highlights of the pre-show match where we see Drew Gulak get the win from this previous pay-per-view at Stomping Grounds. The gentleman Jack Gallagher gets the win, leading to an emotional loss against Mike Kanellis. This is good, as I'm hoping they might use Mike in a little bit more serious ways, as I know he's been having not the best streak at 205 Live. We have a backstage segment with Tony Nese and Akira Tozawa. Then a following backstage segment with Drake Maverick chastising Mike Canales for walking out. Humberto Carrillo then ends up defeating a local talent, which wasn't so one-sided in this case. One thing that I do love about 205 Live, when they do that, they at least give you a match on that. And then cut to last week with Daivari attacking Lorcan following their feud. Lucha House Party is promoting their match for next week, a tornado tag match against the Singh brothers for a rematch of the previous week when they lost against them. Now, shame on me for not paying full attention. My bad. It looks like this is the 3 of the Lucha House Party members against the 2 Singh brothers. I'll wait and see how that turns out. Match of the night definitely was Tozawa versus Nese. I mean, just wow. I mean, oh my god! That Canadian Destroyer spot. I mean, that is a main roster caliber. I mean, this match was definitely for sure a must see. And Tozawa, of course, was executing that beautiful snap German suplex of his that we haven't seen in a while. God damn! But, however, Tony Nese still ends up getting the victory with this one. With an insane variation of a package pile driver. I mean, that was pretty cool. On to NXT. We start with Io Shirai and Shayna Baszler. This video package of them leading up to their rematch in a steel cage. And oh shit, we got to see DJZ, or Joaquin Wilde, as he's going against Humberto Carrillo's cousin, Angel Garza. Great match. Garza did end up getting the win on this with I think they called it a butterfly stunner. Funky move, but definitely, I mean, it looks scary to take. I'm sure that thing's super safe. Street Profits will be going against the Forgotten Sons. We have an amazing segment with Kushida hyping himself up, doing a promo in Japanese and just subtitled. I'm all for that. Let the man speak as he's the most comfortable to do so. Damian Priest, aka Punishment Martinez segment from last week. Wow, that dude has a deep voice. Very low-key-esque. Good promo skills on him. Let's see what's to come on that end. And this follows with the Street Profits coming out, just oozing with charisma, and the Forgotten Sons coming out, decided to put the titles on the line, and this match ends in a DQ, which is then followed by Lorcan and Birch helping out the Street Profits. And after that, we have Keith Lee going against Nikos Ricos and wins dominantly in less than 3 minutes for this match. Getting ready for the properly promoted main event, a steel cage for the Women's Championship match. We get an amazing promo, baller-type-esque, traveling in style, Ric Flair-esque, Adam Cole doing his thing. Now, on to the main event, Baszler and Io Shirai. And just, this is amazing. I wish we can see more crazy stuff like this more often, but this unfortunately for the fans ended with Baszler capturing the victory, and with some unhelpful assistance from Candice LeRae, which resulted in Io Shirai, I guess, turning heel. She was just assaulting Candice LeRae with a chair. Great show, great ending. I can't wait to see what's next. NXT UK, we are showing the Twitter beef, well, not NXT UK, but in other relevant wrestling news, the Twitter beef between Will Ospreay and Baron Corbin, as he tried to butt in and was just immediately shut down. I mean, ouch, just ouch on that end. That's enough for that wrestling gossip. But gearing up for New Japan Road to Kizuna, capping off, leading the first day of the G1 over in my hometown of downtown, of just Dallas, Texas. I can't wait for this. So, for the sake of respect to my trainer, we're moving on to just my life currently. I won't mention anyone specifically unless I get their permission. So just as a heads up, if I do appear vague in these conversations about my current life, I started wrestling training since the 1st of April of this year in a local school near Dallas, Texas. This has been a pretty extraordinary, humbling, and fulfilling experience for myself. I've never been the athlete or competed in sports regularly. Wow, we're keeping that in there. And I've for sure never been in any combat sports in my life. I was pretty sheltered from everything as a young kid with an overtly concerned parents that were very, very, very poor. Like, we ate the same thing for months at a time if we were lucky type poor. But as a result of the sheltering, I mainly became a bit of a hermit, probably just high on the introverted side. And as corny as it sounds, I'll try not to repeat myself in these stories because that does tend to get annoying. So call me out if I do end up doing that. I've never had a group of friends that I hung out with regularly, and I'm sure I'm somewhere in the spectrum considering how terrible I am in social situations. I am self-aware of this, and while constantly trying to correct this and hating myself when thinking back to those moments, just a constant loop of why the hell did you do this or say this, just again trying every day to be a better me by frequently hating the current and previous me. So yeah, wrestling has provided an outlet and opportunity to be with like-minded people as far as just what we do enjoy, this wrestling world. We all love this. We all want to get better, and occasionally the opportunity presents itself to help out our peers. I'm all for that. So for the first time, I feel like I'm semi-normal with a group of people that are typically considered abnormal by the majority of society. Now, I wish I had the chance to start younger as opposed to now when I'm so close to 30, but the advantage, and hopefully not a crutch, because it can be, as that I have a decent career that currently offers decent benefits, and of course, along with that, the health insurance. Now, I still have a long way, and I can't wait to get better in this long journey, while of course not trying to get severely injured. And let's see here, we are now moving on to one of my biggest issues about my training, and that's that I need to slow the fuck down.
Holy cow, I'm totally going so fast. Oh, fuck!
Now, at this time, I've only learned how to take and deliver a few moves, along with just the basics. Definitely nowhere close to call a match. But on a personal level, I'm constantly asking myself, outside of wrestling, why can I not sleep? I've been running on roughly 3 hours or less of sleep a day these past few weeks. And it's like I'm in the Machinist movie, except I'm still, unfortunately, not so much like Christian Bale. My body type is probably more so associated and described as...
He's fat!
Just shut up. And I'm a better driver than, of course, Christian Bale in that movie, which you'll only get that reference if you watched it. Now, we are moving on to just the end of the show to cap it off, to which I'm just going to entertain you with a few random drops. That's it for today. This episode is a little bit rushed. Work in progress. We'll see how it goes. I'll catch you guys for the next one.
Listening, that is a massive ball of fire. We're not talking about, that's fucking 200 feet up in the air.
Gang.
It looks like a damn fucking hydrogen bomb went off.
Oh, that's that real shit right
That's
there.
That's real
boy.
shit,
That's that
dude.
get rid of your first wife right there shit.
Look at that shit,
dude.
man. That's crazy.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Yeah, almost. I wonder how close you'd have to get to light a cigarette on it, you think?
Probably not that close.
Right there, dude.
Right
yeah.
there
Out
in the
your car
car.
window. I feel like but I know we make fun of those guys for how they sound, but that's how I sound when I see extraordinary shit.
You sound- you
I'm
sound
like,
that?
damn, fuck. Like, yeah. I don't say the N-word, but I sound as dumb as them, where you're like, dude.
Fuck, dude. These are also children. Also, these guys are probably 16.
Yeah,
you know?
that's true.
That's how I feel.
But yeah,
Fuck,
but
bro.
what's the reaction?
Drive into
Bro.
it. I drive into it and get that class action check. That's my shit, dude.
When
We used to
you
be in the
see-
class. I grew up in that class action belt.
Were you ever a part of a class action?
Oh yeah, I've been. in some.
Really?
Well, there was that one against a live Elijah Schlesinger. Did you guys get that one in the mail? I even got that one.
What?
There was someone with her and Ticketmaster or something that happened.
Really?
Oh my gosh, no.
There's a class action suit, like
there is,
against
and I could be
Ticketmaster?
misphrasing or something, but yeah, it's not. It's public knowledge. I
Sure.
mean, I got what in the mail. You know, you get those random ones like the hair dryers are killing people. I'll sign up for that. You know.
Oh, I don't sign up for any of that.
R.I.P.
I don't wanna
Susan
be-
at the end of it. I'll put some shit like that.
No.
This is wild.
No.
Let's just take us to Eliza's shows.
Well, let's not call attention to it.
No,
for
class
her.
action suit. Like he said, it wouldn't be. Scroll down one more. Scroll down. Comedian suit. There you go.
No, that was a while ago.
Oh, I
She was
remember
doing
that.
a
Okay.
women-only show, and people felt.
Oh, it could have been
excluded.
Kurt Schlesinger maybe then.
Oh.
That's a different person.
Yeah, it could have been Kurt Schlesinger.
Sorry, Eliza.
Oh, he had those faulty
Not
ironing boards.
you.
Yeah.
Oh
This is
my God.
a Yiddish fellow with some fucking shady
Not
ironing boards
Eliza,
that popped.
guys. Not Eliza Schlesinger. Not
Eliza.
Oh my God.
Well, whatever, boy. I got that money, son.
got that money?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Holy
So I got about, I think, $30 out of that.
So you signed
That's
up?
cool.
Yeah, I like to just be involved in the community.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
You know?
Anymore, they don't
You
have
can't.
tasers.
You can tickle that really hard. That's the only thing you can do.
You can tickle?
Which should be the first thing. It should be the first thing. You take a bad situation and make it great immediately.
Hilarious. You're like,
And if you cuff ankles and wrists, and they're like, oh shit, and then you just start tickling.
it'd be so fun.
Dude, you remember we were talking about your?
I did it.
Your friend that. Remember we talked about your friend that killed somebody?
Yeah.
What are you talking
Dude,
about?
hold on. Without obviously no details, you don't do.
Look how sad his face
No,
got.
no, wait a minute. Though. Tell again. What did he say about it? What?
Well, so you don't know this.
No.
Yeah, I have a friend who killed someone, and he said that it
Felt awesome.
was the most relaxing thing he's ever done.
What?
And I'll say this, man. I'm close with him, but not super close. But he's not the kind of guy that would lie about something like that.
Yeah.
I was telling Ben there was a pizzeria in my town that sold Coke. This is how fat and sad my town was. That a pizzeria got busted for selling cocaine. Not a bar, not a club, a pizzeria. You could get pizza or you could get cocaine. People used to call this place and order, the slang for cocaine was a white pie. Ben was like, did they put it in a pizza box? I don't know. But I do know that me and my friend, when we ordered drugs from that pizzeria, we also wanted a pizza, which a lot of other people didn't. I'm not even kidding. This is not a joke. I wish it was. We'd order. We also wanted food. We're like, hold on. Why don't you stay on the line? They're like, yeah, we'll be there in a few minutes. It's like, no, relax. You're not going to be here in a few minutes. You need to make some stuffed shells first. I was telling Ben there was a pizzeria.
They should do it.
Breast was a good one.
An Encyclopedia Britannica where they only have the words people really want to see.
Yeah.
I remember I used to do that when I was a little kid. I'd look up vagina in the dictionary
Yeah.
and get horny.
yeah, of course.
Just reading the description.
Of course. And all the words, I wouldn't understand any of them.
Yeah, it's like noun, vagina. Yeah, man, you're gonna fucking get all up in it. You gonna fuck that ass and the pussy. It's like, is this a definition? Motherfucker, shut up. I'm explaining something.
Okay. Because you know, boys, how at the beginning of this tour,
Boys
right at the
will
end,
be boys, dude.
right at the end of the tour, we all promised each other on the first day that we wouldn't jack off or come this whole trip. So I'm thinking we go to the strip club. This is our last night,
Last
without
night
a
off.
show,
True.
off night. We go there and we all bust in our pants together.
That's not cheating.
It's not cheating if it's
If you
busting
bust in your
pants.
pants, it's not cheating.
No way.
That's a genius, dude.
Yeah. That's.
We just make the thinnest pants of all time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna become an engineer, dude.
My pants fit through. You can just put the pants into the pussy. They're like, no, I mean, we brushed up against each other, and I happened to come in my pants.
Yeah, no, there's like a fabric dick cutout.
Yeah. Or here's what you do.
It's like a condom on the pants.
You make pants made out of condoms.
Yeah.
So
if you wear a condom, it's technically busting in your pants. If your pants are made out
if the condom is connected
to your pants.
Pants made
That's
of the
brilliant.
same material.
Dude, that's a Shark Tank idea.
Shark Tank. This is so we can start cheating on our girlfriends.
Yeah.
We made pants that are made out of latex condoms.
So you can bust,
so that you can bust in your pants and it's not cheating. Mr. Wonderful, I don't know if gay guys have this problem, but would you be interested in investing?
I'm not gay. What about me makes you think that?
What that guy Draymond is just like crying, and he's like, "That's the most FUBU shit I ever heard." Honestly, that's the most FUBU shit I ever heard on this show.
I'll give you $1 billion for 2%.
Take the whole company.
Dude,
just take it. I'm ready to ascend.
This place is $10 men cover, $5 lady cover.
Oh, so you think there'll be pussy at the strip club?
Yeah, because women love going to strip club and
they love going just to
gender
to be around guys.
They love that
to be around the guys
alpha male
that are
pheromones.
looking at the strippers.
The types of alphas that go to the strip club on Monday night.
It's
Edmonton,
Tuesday.
Alberta.
Is it Tuesday?
Well, there is a $2,000 contest at the other strip club. Yeah,
breast milk cheese could be good.
Yeah, it's crazy. They didn't have air conditioning in the South until like 1930.
Yeah, what a horrible place.
Just
to
that's
live.
your fucking shit life. Just needing to fan yourself constantly.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Makes slavery seem even less chill.
Yeah, it does.
It'd be one thing if it was like a nice 70-degree day.
If you were like the slave that got to drive the Zamboni machine, that would be an okay job. but if it's just heat
if
all
I
the
recall
time.
correct,
I mean, yeah.
there was no Zamboni.
There was not.
There was not.
They did not have ice skating.
It was not. one of the jobs in slavery. I want to see like Texas school books.
Yeah.
They're like,
and how you doing, children? If you could get off the ice for a minute, Mr. Timothy's going to come by on the Zamboni machine.
Yeah. The slaves got to
smooth that ice out for you.
They got to take an aptitude test that placed them in a bunch of different fun jobs. Was a Zamboni operator. Somebody had to sell the fucking hot chocolate at the ice skating rink.
Or getting off work who know about it's like a real small hole in the wall type place. Everyone speaks Spanish. 100%. Everything's written in Spanish. Right. The food is off the fucking charts, dude. It's off the charts. You get lengua quesadilla, bro, with the spicy sauce. Don't let them
What
put
kind
that.
of meat is in there?
Lengua, tongue.
Lengua tongue, yeah, beef tongue.
It's beef tongue.
Yeah.
It's sensational. Dude, it's so good.
I'm going.
Get one of those. They have all kinds of tacos. Oh, my God.
What's your death row meal, then? Is Mexican in your death row meal?
I'm not eating before I go. Fuck all that
Really?
bullshit. Yeah, if you're going to kill me, you want me to have a good time eating lobster first? Fuck you.
I'm eating death row meal
I'm not
for
eating
sure.
shit.
I'm eating all of that shit.
I'm just thinking of trying to take one guy out when he tries to get me from the jail. That's all my concentration is on. Come get me, bitch.
I'm eating.
If you're going to kill me, come on, man. I'm not eating a lobster.
Well, I'm not going to eat a fucking lobster.
I'm trying to figure out a way to kill you.
If they're trying to kill you, you're trying to figure out a way to kill them?
I'm taking somebody.
Just one guard gets murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way out. I'll fuck up one guard.
Don't you think you would be thinking that way?
No.
They're going to drag you to your... Unless you did something horrific and you want to die and you know you're terrible. But what if you were wrongfully accused? If you're wrong... I'm wrongfully accused and I'm on death row, I'm trying to kill somebody.
Or you kill yourself before they get to you. Yeah.
Yeah, but how do you? It's so hard in jail. They make it real hard. They keep things from you that you could kill yourself with, which is horrific.
Yeah, they put you in
because
just a
the problem
room.
is you could kill somebody else with it, right? They left some wire with fucking handles on it. You're not going to turn that in, right? That's going to get passed around. Some dudes are going to die.
Yeah, but I do think though if death row's coming up on you, you're thinking a lot differently.
Yeah.
You're not thinking about killing the guards. You're thinking about fucking.
What?
Please God. People find God when they're about to die.
You do, but the way to avoid those horrific thoughts is to plan a murder. Just think, like, how fast can I get to one of these guys before they can pile up on me?
Think about what it would take though to get to that place when you're like, that's it. I'm gonna have to fucking just kill everyone I see.
Jesus.
Because I'm done.
That's always like the appeal of a show like The Punisher, like the comic book. Fuck knows what's in there in terms of like diseases. Like you can legitimately have water bottles that leak PCBs. They leak some sort of estrogen mimicking chemical.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you see this shit with Justin Trudeau in the water bottle? Did you see that today?
What did he do? Put it up his butt?
It wasn't today, but yeah.
Did he put it up his butt?
I saw it today. Did you see it earlier? Yeah. Justin Trudeau was asked about how he and his family are doing a better job at not using plastics, and his response is so fucking awful. He can't get it out. He's like, "Well, we're using listen to this fucking this made me laugh so hard."
Plastics.
Wait, rewind it one more time. Go to the beginning.
Recently switched. You and your family do to cut back on plastics.
We have recently switched to drinking water bottles out of when we have water bottles out of a plastic. Away from plastic towards paper.
You're fired! You're fired! No! Listen to me. I don't care how tired you are. No!
Water out of.
Do you imagine if somebody asked me a question like that about my job? Imagine if somebody said, "Hey, Joe, what do you think could be done to stop head trauma in MMA?" And I'd be like, "Well, we could." Conceivably, there's not much, but we could pad the elbows, we could pad the knees, I would have a thought. I would have fucking thought that shit through. He didn't think that shit through at all. And he was also thinking about getting caught in a lie. I have plastic everywhere. I gotta get home. Burn the plastic! He called his wife on the limo on the way home. Burn the plastic! Burn it all! They're coming for us!
All the plastic?
They go into the house. There's not a fucking bottle in the house. It's all plastic. Everything's plastic.
Everything, no glass.
They throw away their forks with every meal. They stick them in a sea monkey cage and feed them to turtles. Fuck you.
Justin Trudeau's house is made of plastic.
His whole house is plastic, everything. You know what he does? He collects those little things that six-packs come with, and he just chucks them in the ocean for a laugh.